Welcome to week 16. I'm Sarah Nijalapuram, registered nurse, and today we're into the basics of personal finance. Imagine you're about to go on a long road trip, but without a map or GPS. You could get lost along the way, right? That's what it's like to manage your money without a budget. A budget is your map. It shows you where your money is going and helps you make decisions that get you where you want to be. The first step in financial health is setting up a budget. I remember once I realized how much control it gave me over my spending, I was hooked. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's a great way to start understanding your financial habits. Press pause and write out a list of your expenses, and next to that, a list of your money coming in, your income, for the month. Now that you have a basic budget, let's talk about making it work for you. One important concept in budgeting is the idea of paying yourself first. What does that mean? Well, think of it like this. If you're on a plane and the oxygen masks drop down, you put yours on first before helping others. When you pay yourself first, you're saving money before paying for anything else. That way, you're always working towards your financial future. I remember when I first started paying back my college loans, I felt like there was nothing left to save. But when I started prioritizing savings, even if it was just a few pennies, I began to feel more in control of my finances. Now try it yourself. When you set up your budget, make sure to pay yourself first by transferring a small amount into savings. Now we'll take a deeper dive into adjusting and sticking to your budget. One helpful trick is to avoid impulse purchases. Let's say you're walking through a store and see something you want. Instead of grabbing it right away, wait 24 hours. This gives you time to reflect. Do you really need it, or is it just a passing desire? Let's talk about banking basics. These are the tools that help you manage your money safely. One thing I wish I had known earlier is how to avoid unnecessary bank fees. Do you know how much you're paying in fees for your accounts? Take a moment to review your bank accounts and look for any charges you could avoid. For example, if you're using an ATM outside your bank's network, you might be paying fees that add up over time. If your bank is charging you a maintenance fee, it's total BS. Call them and say, "You spend $5,000 on advertising to keep me interested in banking with you. Please waive this fee." If they say they need to speak to their manager, that's fine. The manager will waive it. Now let's focus on saving money. Imagine you're in a car and the road ahead looks clear, but you don't have enough fuel to keep going. That's how I used to feel about finances, always running low on resources and not prepared for the future. The key to overcoming this is saving money, and a great way to do that is by setting up automatic transfers to your savings account. One way to earn a few cents is to set up a savings account like Barclays. When your bank does the test transfer, they will send you a few cents, like 13 cents or 43 cents. Free money. Before you press pause and set up your savings account, let's quickly talk about one more thing: credit. I remember when I first learned about credit, it felt like a mysterious world that I didn't quite understand. I was extremely nervous to get my first credit card. One of the first things you need to know is that credit is essentially borrowing money with the promise to pay it back later. The important thing is using credit responsibly. Regularly check your credit report for accuracy. Errors can sometimes show up, and it's important to correct them right away. You should never use it for something you can't afford. It's more like a bonus point card in a video game. You have to buy all the bonus points, otherwise it doesn't work. When you start out, you need to pay your credit balance to zero each week. By using credit card correctly, you can get free flights and free hotel rooms. Lastly, let's talk managing debt. It can feel like carrying a heavy weight, but it's important to break it down into manageable steps. Start by focusing on high-interest debt first. If you have college loan debt, for example, paying off the one with the highest interest rate will save you the most money in the long run. And you should do the trick of adding even $5 to your payment. It will get rid of the debt faster. Otherwise, if you just pay the minimum, your debt will always accrue, get larger, because of the interest. Thank you for your time you are taking for yourself. I'm so proud of you. See you next week.